painful, worst 2 hours of my life, but the best 2 hours of my life at the same time.
Am I going to be all right? My legs are aching. Is this hurting?
I could see the end in sight, and that was what pushed me on.
Achievement, a sense of freedom.
It felt quite sketchy, to be fair, initially.
I'm not getting enough oxygen. I feel like crap. I want to go home.
My name's Tom Coates. I'm 25 now, and I am an area sales manager for a JCB dealership, so I sell agricultural machinery. Yeah, so then we met up with Leo and Simon, and everyone hadn't met them before, and yeah, you meet them and you think, crikey, you are a mountain of a man.
Right? Leo. Yeah, so yeah, we'll go in and get up here.
We need lots of stuff. Yeah. Mountaineering or ski? Mountaineering. Okay.
I'm Louis. I'm 35 years old and I'm a director of a limited company. Actually getting gear and then trying the boots on, definitely worth trying like more than one on, because the first ones felt okay, but I was like, I want to try a different pair, and then they was really tight.
How do they feel, Lou?
Sexy, very sexy.
And then I tried a third pair on and they fitted better than the other two, so should have started with them ones.
You're supposed to sit on your hips.
Oh, okay.
And you can loosen those a little bit.
Hi everyone, my name's Dave Sharpe. I'm a British IFMJ mountain guide living out here in the wonderful Chamonix Valley. I've been here full time for around 5 or 6 years. I am confident with these boys. Yeah, we've got a couple of big CrossFitters here, so there's going to be some serious short roping going on. But yeah, I am confident. I think it'll be a good week. But the main thing is that we have fun and we just go nice and steady, and it's a safe week.
How's training?
What training? Wait. What are we talking about? Training. I'm going to train now.
What's deadlift at?
Oh, 255, mate. Easy. But that shit doesn't help you here though.
First time to Sham as well, Louis?
First time Chamonix, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Have you done little bits before, mountaineering?
I've spent quite a lot of time in the mountains through snowboarding, so quite familiar with snowy mountains.
Today, we're going to have a bit of a kit check in a minute, sort of run through some things, make sure we're all sorted. We're going to drive down just to a local crag, just 5 minutes away, and we're going to do a little bit of rock climbing. And then after that, we're going to drive through the Mont Blanc tunnel to Italy, 2 cars, and then we're going to park there, and then we'll go up the Skyway lift. We have got snowshoes because it is pretty snowy up high at the minute, and also the lift on the far side and the hut have only just opened today. Yes, axe, boots, crampons, helmet, harness.
It's right. A bit strange in these big boots, but no worries.
My name's Ben Pitt. I'm 46 years old, ops director of my own company. Been into North Wales, the Lake District, several times. I did do a trip into the Himalayas, which was completely different.
How'd the climbing go?
It's good. Nice to do it after a while. Nice warm up for the real thing in a few days.
There's Ben moving house.
Damn! Boy, stiff. What up, man? Boy, stiff as more.
Well, my name is Simon, currently living in Sweden. I'm 26 and I work in the health center. And
He works in the medical industry.
medical
He doesn't
industry.
work in a health centre. That sounds like you work in a gym. Name, Leo Lundgren. Occupation, Mont Blanc extraordinaire. Slash project manager. I live currently in Sweden. My age is 31. Old bastard.
Rob Hayward. I'm 44 and I am one of the co-founders of Outlier Ascents. Good to get back on the glacier, and we approached it from the Italian side, which was really good for the guys to get back on crampons, you know, get roped up. The guides, you know, are A1 guides. They're great guides, so I knew that the training that we get would be spot on.
Gonna go.
No pressure.
We're gonna head towards the Marbre and move around a bit on the glacier. See what it's like on the Marbre Ridge. Take it easy, start getting acclimatized, come back for dinner.
What do you think of these guys? Are you confident?
Let's see, I haven't seen them moving on ice yet. Hill from us?
Yeah.
We're going to go on the ridge that
Along this ridge up the top.
from
Do we
the
come
other
back
side,
round this way?
from
or
the
do
other
we
side,
go back round?
and come back down the same way and
Same way,
continue.
come back.
The main thing is just we're moving around up high.
Yeah.
You excited, mate? There we go.
I'm going 50.
No, you've seen
It's
250. You've seen
250,
You've
mate.
seen 250
Stop
beltless.
lying. 250.
You've seen 250
You got
beltless.
250, 255.
240.
You there?
Not bad.
I'm 80 kilos.
Oh shit, you got us.
Let's do it. See you later on.
You're like, Simon, behave!
More deep, and then Mont Blanc.
The Italian side went out on the glacier, just did some basic training, skills training and that, and having already been up to Cool and that, I was pretty happy with the altitude, pretty confident around it, was happy on my crampons and everything, so it was good. But you know, if you hadn't been, it was a good entry level to right. We're up at a bit of altitude, you're out onto some nice easy flat.
The idea with that was obviously to get the first exposure to altitude, and straight out with all the kit, first time in crampons for most of us, I imagine.
I did put quite a lot of work into making sure my, you know, endurance and lung capacity was good. Yeah, I didn't feel any altitude, but like I said, I think I'm quite used to being in a mountain, and I think that tricks played on your mind with altitude that you're not used to being able to see around that much, and you're like, oh my god, I'm so high, and I think that the nervous system used that against you.
Yeah.
Easier than the pole. Much easier than the pole.
How'd it go, alright? Yeah? Didn't lose anyone?
Yeah, all good.
Yeah.
We went round the back towards the Col de Rochefort.
Yeah?
We had a look. Just keep on coming down to this bit, guys. Keep on moving forwards. We had a look at the ridge at the back, but yeah, it wasn't quite for us the way the track was, the snow.
Okay.
At 3 to 1, but we just went round, spent a bit of time chilling out the Col, acclimatising. All good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You want to stack it?
No, it's all good. Yeah, just a nice sort of steady day.
Easy peasy.
Something like that.
All good?
Oh, good.
All good.
How are you?
Yeah, not bad. Got to the top. We managed to get the drone over to you.
I saw that, yeah. I was expecting a Mars bar or something to come dangling on a string.
Just dangling in front of you guys, move a bit faster. How'd that feel?
Good. It's fine.
Yeah?
Ask me.
Ask me Monday.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a bit more expensive, wasn't it? There's less stuff. So we saved the middle
What
one
do you think of the
is
accommodation?
okay-ish one. The last one, I managed
Cozy?
to save money on the day. So
Somebody's snoring tonight though.
Um,
A bit of a musical.
You're the one snoring.
I'm not snoring.
You are?
No, me.
Ready for food and sleep, though?
I'm very hungry actually, Aaron. I wondered what they're making for dinner. Have you asked them?
Not yet, no. I need to tell them about me, to be fair.
You need to tell them about you?
Yeah.
How much of a
Yeah.
problem you are?
Yeah.
So the last one was at the hotel.
Celiac.
Nice, is it?
Dairy. No dairy.
Hasn't even been here 24 hours.
Yeah, that one. Mordy.
That's it. So
Cable
you
car.
can see.
Grand
knows what any of
Paradiso.
those are. I think with the Grand Paradiso is one of those over there.
The one on the right he was telling us. Of those two, it's the one on the right.
Is it?
In the cloud.
Spent some time in the Himalayas. Those huts or refuges were very different. So my exposure experience of staying in mountain huts or refuges was extremely grim. What I found in the first refuge was it's actually very bougie in comparison. So quite happy, very comfortable, good, plenty of like services, you know, food and beer and first aid and all the rest of it that you need is all there.
No, it was
Always
actually
a
generally.
test. That's
No, it was.
yeah, that's the test I always do with a hut. If I run up the stairs, that's when you know exactly how you're affected by it. I just ran up there, I was just like, yeah.
A couple of times out on the run, it was like I caught myself, but not deep breath through the nose and just the lungs and started to settle down. It's fine. So just thinking about it.
Wait until we get to 4,000 and then we can talk.
Your nemesis, 4,000 meters.
4,000 meters. The year before with Gouter Route,
Yeah.
that was, I know we didn't make it top, but we were 400 from the top. 400 meters from the top.
I can't remember how tall Grand Paradiso is actually.
42, yeah.
It's 380 actually then.
But
It's literally at 4,000
Yeah.
feet.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Simon, how was your acclimatisation?
I feel good. Pretty nice, to be honest. Just tired. I want to go to bed right now.
Content created.
Yeah, it's alright. Bro, I can't handle that.
Entertainers quickly go.
Do something funny.
Do something spontaneous, go.
Tom's all acclimatised already.
Yeah.
He already lives in the mountains.
I can't handle myself.
We went through the pain a couple of days ago. Just looking back up again. It's a lot of pain. It was a lot of pain.
What about Ben?
What's this?
Acclimatisation, how are you feeling?
Oh, what a surprise. Yeah, good, fine. Just a bit short of breath early today, but that's it. And that passed quite quick. All fine now, just a bit tired.
It's all easy really, isn't it?
But that's just because I didn't sleep last night. So, I'm fine.
Louis?
Sounds weird.
We don't actually know that guy.
For tomorrow, we'll do 7 o'clock breakfast. I think the freezing level is pretty high tonight, so it might not even be freezing here. Yeah, we'll go out, have a wander out, probably keep the same teams, I think. So it'll be from the get-go, harness, crampons, axe out, the same thing. And what we're going to do is we're going to walk out, but instead of going right, we're going to head round left. So what we could try to do is the East Ridge of the Tula, which was the sort of the mountain to the right-hand side, and that's quite good. Not sure if there's a track in there at the minute. We can go around there, and that's quite nice. That'll give us a little bit of sort of varied terrain, maybe a little bit of rock.
Yeah, so the second day was pretty epic because it was really thick snow, and then we was planning to go up this face that was really steep.
How'd you sleep, mate?
Yeah, surprisingly compared to everyone else, very good. Everyone else was moaning, and I managed to get 8.5 hours. So
Weather is amazing this morning. Beautiful, very alpine. Good frost overnight. Nice and firm this morning. That's what we want. It's good.
that first climb actually was really cool. Like I really enjoyed that part.
In this valley, I suppose, and there's various peaks around you. Got towards one, and that's when he said, right, we're going to head up here, which is quite interesting because it seemed to be quite a severe incline off the bat. The first guide demonstrated like just how you get your feet in here with axe and bish bash bosh, and kind of demonstrated how to kind of navigate that because the snow was very deep. It felt quite sketchy, to be fair, initially, because you're going up quite a steep incline, and then when you're looking back and around you, it obviously as the higher you go, the more intense that looks. Very steep. It put your heart in your mouth a couple of times.
Is it?
Always good, unless you're not.
Hot. It gets really warm. It's still cold, but the sun is really, really hot on you, and you have to wear long sleeves or cover you up because you just get burnt so quickly from the snow, and you're just out and there's nothing. There's no shade. There's no nothing, and yeah, it was pretty mad. Destroyed half the summit with Leo's thighs. Literally caused a rock fall.
It's not all about being heavy.
The worst thing is that after Dave, I was the next person up, and I'm the heaviest, and I was causing all kinds of. There was a lot of deep snow at one point where I genuinely thought that maybe I can't continue with this, maybe for this part, because I wasn't going anywhere for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I was just treading in my own tracks, but you just got to keep going, keep grinding through, and we made it.
Quite a few people were like, what's going on? Like, this is quite dangerous, and I guess that's where you start asking yourself questions and asking the guides questions. Like, I remember asking, like, is this the kind of steepness it's going to be, or is it like, we're just trying to go up this because we've had a lot of snow and it's steep? And he was like, no, this is quite normal. And I was quite shocked because when we discussed it was like, it's going to be quite gradual, but there is parts that are steep. So like when we were on the ridge, the lower ridge, that was kind of similar to that part, I guess.
The Himalayan conditions to start with, because it's like trusty rock, deep snow, it's kind of but it's good. It's like the guys were good and got us up there, a little bit of adventure, got us practice going up, down, using the rope, and then round to the col. Just use our time and then back. Must be, what is it now? 1 o'clock, just before 1.
Yeah, you make good time in it.
Yeah, all good, mate. Yeah, going back.
Enjoy it.
Enjoy it a lot.
It
was fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hard work.
Yeah. Brutal.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Saw your video.
Yeah, but I could still like keep my heart rate.
Good.
So we were just getting used to the crampons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, they're good, to be honest.
Good, mate?
So good.
Feel alright, mate?
Yeah, good. Just hot.
Yeah?
Hot. Yeah, other than that, it's awesome, yeah. It's good.
Bit of proper climbing.
Yeah, good burn the legs. Nice.
How did they do?
Yeah.
Struggled a little bit, but they kept a steady pace. I think they could probably sustain it for a few more hours. That's all they need to do.
You alright, dude? Morning. Sleep alright?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where?
The river's nice though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big day today. Fucking ready.
Tell me what's going through your head.
What?
What's going through your head?
Just a bit stressed out right now. But I feel ready. Slept well last night. 8 hours. My body feels fresh. So just the mindset right now. Get the mind in a good flow state. We'll get it done.
Yeah, but you can see the goose cat all the way up there.
You can see it, can you?
Yeah, it's sticking out like a sore thumb, like a spaceship on the side of the mountain.
What's the plan today, Tom?
We're going to try and put 10 people in my car and then drive up a mountain.
Not a trick for me, is it?
Fit how many people in the back here?
As many as you can, I guess.
We'll get five in the actual seats.
Yeah.
And then if you get 3 in the back here, then 2 on the sides.
No point having massive arms if you can't hold on to a truck, is there?
Yeah, but he's worried about the plastic.
Are you on the outside?
Just that way, yeah.
Me and you on here?
That was my idea. At least I could do is go on the outside.
We set off and we were right, that's Mont Blanc now. So normally you'd get the train up a certain part and then trek up to the Tech Routes from there, but there was still snow on the tracks, so the train wasn't running. So Tom, who we met earlier, he'd organised for us to have a 4x4 and take us up a certain part, but it was really expensive and we thought it was pretty pointless. I've got a 4x4. So we had a pretty mad idea, let's just empty my truck, let's cram 10 people in a 5-person truck and just drive up the track ourselves.
Yeah, so I was in the boot and we're going up this way and the bags are coming down this way, trying to push me out, and he was driving too fast.
And then yeah, we drove up this awesome track. It was a pretty cool experience for me driving.
How's the journey in the back?
Yeah, bumpy.
We nearly got bumped out a few times.
Is that Tom's driving?
Drive a bit slower, but I think he was enjoying it.
I was enjoying it.
Hayward with a pole.
20 years of taking the piss out of people with walking sticks. This is it.
Oh, well, what's going on?
Getting
What's going on?
Getting a mood.
I was trying to be present, like to enjoy the ride of it, and just to enjoy being out there with the boys.
The route to the Tech Routes was pretty chill.
There
There wasn't anything to
worry about in a way. No,
there wasn't anything too physically challenging about that.
You can train specifically for all these things, but I think you can also waste a lot of time by doing that.
Not being out.
Or sometimes it's better just to go climbing.
And that was it. It was literally, right, park up, boots on. Everyone got everything. Counting the heads. Yep, we're all here, let's go. And it was just off we went. It all became quite real because you could look up and you could pretty much see kind of exactly where you were going, and it was all, this is it, we're off.
So we've got to trek up this first part. It's actually a nice little trek through some woods, grass, got our poles, just nice, steady and slow. Get up there for lunchtime hopefully, and the boys will go in the morning. Good, Simon?
Yeah.
Trekked on up the side, got to the snow level, walked up the side of the train tracks with all the snow over it, which was quite cool. And then yeah, had to cramp on up, rope up.
The first day on Mont Blanc was the easier of the 3 days. It was only, like I say, 4.5 to 5 hours of actual, moving up the mountain. Not too exposed, we were all pretty fresh, we'd all slept well the night before. You were starting to get quite high and some nice views around you. Felt pretty good.
We kind of climbed up a rocky ridge. You're quite close because when you get, they shorten the rope, and he's like, his foot is leaving a rock and my hand is going on that rock.
The Tech Routes, that was interesting because that was the first time I've seen that much snow on the mountain. So we'd gone from an environment where we were expecting no snow, but just wanting stability, to now there was more snow than I've ever seen on Mont Blanc, having been up there quite a few times already.
We nailed it. Okay, we were 15 minutes too late before the hail started happening. But honestly, I prefer hail than snow because snow makes you wet and hail just bounces off of you.
Thanks for waiting on us. What kind of teamwork's this?
Brother.
Nice one, bro.
We were at the hut, weather came in, and that's where you think, right, okay, the next day, summit day, the weather's still coming in the afternoon. If we're allowed to go, we've got to be up and down quickly because the weather's still coming in, and you don't want to. I've been up there in a whiteout 9 years ago. I don't want to do it again.
But it did kind of again make you realise that, and something to consider, there's no guarantee of getting up on Mont Blanc due to weather could turn like that.
Very different to what was expected. It was good. It was good, but a lot more snow than any time I've ever been up here. Well, the last time we came up here, we went past a metal star on the way up, which normally you look up at about 2 meters above your head, and we walked over the top of it. So that's pretty mad. Yeah, they're just umming and ahhing about what time to leave in the morning to go up.
Going
this
up
time
to
tomorrow
summit.
it'll be all over.
At that point, there was absolutely no doubt at all. No doubt. You know, I would consider myself very fit and strong, and there was no questioning my ability to move. I do have a healthy respect for the element, so
It takes us like 2 hours and 15 minutes to go up here. We're chilled with that, you know. Well, it's just kind of, if it starts to take 2.5 to go up to here, then it's like 2.5 to go to Gouter, like to the Valo. You know, that's actually like an hour behind time. All these bits of time add up.
So now we spent a couple of days in the mountains and I'd seen how everyone was performing. Some of my personal reservations or concerns for the group had gone. The team knew each other and had gelled quite well anyway, so it was quite a nice group that was going to push each other along.
But it all sort of dawns on you, right, that is it now. This is the last sleep before summit. This is the whole reason I'm here.
the only question mark I had was, how's my body going to react to altitude?
So yeah, woke up summit day, 3 AM, whatever it is, you have breakfast, don't really eat a lot.
And then it's literally within an hour, you're up, you're dressed, your kit's on, you've had a bite to eat. The breakfast is pretty basic, and you're literally boots on and out. We knew we had a big day, because that second day is the big day where you're going to go from Gouter Route all the way to the summit.
It's really cold, pitch black. You know, you can just see lights where people have left before you, sort of making their way up. That's it. You're going. It's all or nothing now.
Ready, mate?
Ready.
Something
Let's do
good.
this.
Right, I was in the wrong position at the wrong time.
Freezing cold to kick off with.
We made our way through a sort of icy boulder field, which was from an avalanche where it's come down probably a couple of days before, and you sort of make your way through that, and that is a real hits home from the very start. You know, this is real risk, it can happen.
So the Grand Couloir is always the really exciting bit, and that's the bit that everyone sees on YouTube with all the rocks coming down. In real life, it's in the summer normally it's more of a scramble. It's a pretty straightforward scramble with a big rockfall happening next to you. In these conditions, because of the volume of snow, and because the guides had decided to leave earlier, that was going to be less of an issue.
Very quickly, you're going across the Grand Couloir, which is the first point, I'd say, where you feel you really respect and appreciate where you are when it comes to you've got to be focused on what you're doing, because one step and you could be pretty drastic.
We've got to all make it up there. That's like how it has to be. At the same time, you're having all these thoughts inside, like, am I going to be all right? My legs are aching. Is this hurting? Like, and you're sort of second guessing everything.
And so we made our way over safely, and then you make your way up what is meant to be a scramble, but for us was an ice climb, up the ridge to the Gouter, where we met loads of people coming down that had been up the day before, and they were just kicking ice and snow down on us, and it was raining ice and snow onto us.
For me, you don't really think about it, do you? When you're there, you just trust the guide, you trust your feet, and you get it done. You know, as soon as you start thinking about, oh God, I'm gonna get hit by snow or ice or something, then
it takes out.
It's energy. Exactly, what it's also energy being lost.
I'd say we got to Gouter probably I think the sun was pretty much coming up at that point, just about. Yeah. I think I caught some good footage. Well, I thought I did, but as I was filming, I didn't realise my battery had run out. I had some cracking, because I was literally going up this bank, and as I popped up over the ridge, it was like the Alps exposed in the sunrise. I was like, great, this is going to be awesome.
Because when you're going up something like the Grand Couloir, you're focused, or you're fixated on bits of ice, you know, where you're going to put your foot, and your mind's full. And then we get up to the Gouter, where we have a short respite before pushing on, and then it becomes about the overall thing and what we're doing. And that, for me personally, I tend to then start looking at the team and thinking how the team performing, how the guy is doing. You know, do I feel fine? I was lucky at that point, I felt okay, so I was pretty comfortable.
You're trusting on the guide, trusting his judgment and how they manage risk. And we are, I mean, it's a good feeling to have understanding that like this person in front of me is very experienced, they know what they're doing, they can manage risk.
Your mindset just needs to be, I'm gonna be okay, I'm gonna summit, and that's just all I was sort of going through in my head.
Really cold, really cold. Your legs are starting to burn, altitude starts to kick in a little bit, and then you get up to the dome and it sort of levels out a little bit, and you can see it. And you can see, and for me, I could see the weather station, which is where we had to turn around 9 years ago, and I could then see from there how much further it was, and it is so close, and you're like, right, it's there.
I knew that we were going to summit, but also you go through those emotions of like, when is this going to end? How long is this going to go on for? My focus is on, this is my life right now, there's nothing else.
I just hit a point where my body was, I couldn't get like my feet right. Things got exponentially harder for me and I couldn't breathe right. I don't think I'm gonna make it. But that's when I felt so great to have Dave, our guide, like, you know what, just take it easy, take a step at a time. This would pass and things gonna get better.
Right, there's the ridge, there's the boss's ridge. That's the last bit between me and the summit. Waiting for Nisha and Dave to go, nah, we can't do it. And at that point, it hit me like an absolute steam train. Altitude hits you, tiredness hits you. Everything came at once for me.
Before you know it, you're walking up the ridge to the summit, and as summits go, it was a huge area.
And you get those views and you get the guys there and you get that flood of emotion because you have pushed yourself quite hard towards the end. For me, it was a great feeling to be back up there, having not been there for a couple of years and had a few attempts.
The best feeling in the world of it levels out, you're at the top, you can see everybody stood there, and well, I'm quite happy to admit I cried a little bit. Everything just, it feels amazing, and you've made it, and that's all that pain's been worth it. You sort of turn around, give Rob a hug, and you're like, right, I've done it.
And we did. Although we were now a good hour behind the other two teams, we made it. It was amazing, and because it was so tough to get there, and there's a huge sense of relief you've made it. Not just like elation and being joyful, I suppose. Thank fuck, this is fucking over.
And then you were up there, and then like the brain just shut off, and you are like present, you are alive, and it's a great feeling.
Just a hell of an experience, hell of a feeling to be up there. By far the most challenging thing I've ever done. The last 2 hours to the summit were the most painful, worst 2 hours of my life, but the best 2 hours of my life at the same time.
I would say adventure, a sense of feeling alive, a sense of struggle, a sense of bond you make with the friends.
I would say a word is like incomprehensible, which basically means like you can't comprehend what has just happened.
It was tougher than I thought. Really challenging, so don't underestimate it. It was a tough trip.
Awe-inspiring, just. Yeah, it's beyond one word. Mint.
Adventure. When I've been telling someone, it was an adventure, like from start to finish.
Adventure. Yeah, that's what it is. It's adventure. I think all of us are so fixated on our careers, on our families and life, which is so encompassing. To step out of that and get back to a real adventure. You know, doing something that pushes you physically and mentally far beyond anything that you would do in a normal day-to-day, basis.